Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. And today's video we're going to be talking about 4-star Cavalier difficulty challenge and why I think it would be best if it never ever makes its return to Marvel Contest of Champions, because I don't think I am alone in saying that I think it's by far the worst one that they are consistently pushing through. I think this is the third or fourth time overall, and every single time it just makes a piece of content feel significantly worse. And by comparison with any other way they have delivered that extra 10% TF5CC, the 4-star Cavalier difficulty challenge is by far the worst way to go about it. And just to make sure that this video isn't just me complaining that it's stupid or annoying, I actually have split it down into 4 points that, in my opinion, perfectly represent why it is a bad idea, why it shouldn't make its return, and why it's downright disrespectful to the players. Well, even the continued existence of it. Right, so let's just jump to our straightforward camera right here, put myself in the corner, and take a look at it. So the challenge reads basically as follows. You need to defeat the final boss of quest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in Cavalier difficulty event quest using a team of 4-star or lower rarity champions. Now, first and foremost, when it comes to people who have access to Cavalier difficulty, it's a conflicting message. It's a message that goes directly opposite to what we have been told for ages. Considering that 4-star champions are flat out banned from the content that's required to be completed in order to become Cavalier or Thronebreaker. Because 4-stars are banned from Act 6 and Act 7 altogether. That was like the biggest flag that Kabam could have thrown, that 4-stars are out. It's all about 5 or 6 stars. And because of that, everybody always has been encouraged not to pay 4-stars too much attention at that point in the game and moving forward. 4-stars have been deemed as outdated and, well, ineligible of usefulness in the end game situations. However, here we have specific challenges that, difficulty level put aside, just completely contradict the message that Kabam has been telling us. That these champions apparently are good enough for Cavalier difficulty event quests, but are not good enough to become Cavalier. So that is the first point. I think it just is completely diagonally opposite, contradicting messaging that they should get in line with whatever they have been doing thus far. If they want to do 4-star challenges, then let 4-stars be used in Act 6 and Act 7, and fair enough. If they don't want to let us use 4-stars in Act 6 or Act 7, do not ever bring these challenges for any content where you have to be Cavalier or above. Right, my second point is actually more practical. My second point is the simple fact that in today's game, for whatever reason, if you want to take up a 4-star champion to rank 5, you need to use tier 4 basic and tier 4 class catalysts. Which is fair enough, these resources have been in game forever. But still, 5 tier 4 basics, 3 tier 4 class catalysts, it's a meaningful amount even by today's standards. And what makes it worse is the fact that these catalysts are still important for not only 5-star champions, more specifically also for 6-star champions. If I were to take up a 6-star champion, which I'm currently being encouraged to do, 6-star champions still need tier 4 basics and tier 4 class catalysts. So once again, they are asking me directly to divert my resources from the quote-unquote appropriate rank and rarity champion that's significantly harder to acquire and significantly more expensive to rank up, to 4-stars, where only use for them is this one monthly challenge. In no other game mode at the moment, don't need 4 stars, you don't want 4 stars, and you would never consider investing in 4 stars. The only other possible exceptions we have had has been variant 4, which is fair enough. It was a fan affair, but it's by no means a regular occurrence. And the Summoner Showdown events, which again, as when it came out, I also put out my criticism about 4-star champions being the required ones, partially due to the same reason. You're directly asking us to divert resources from top-end champions, from top-end progression, into 4 stars that are long outdated, not many people care about, but still use exactly the same catalysts that the top tier champions do, 6 stars and 5 stars. All of them still need tier 4 basics and tier 4 class catalysts. And this kind of goes similar with the contradictory messaging, but the whole value of these resources is still extremely high, and it's just irritating and annoying if you are being blocked or gated for some specific nodes, because these new Cavalier nodes at times can be very, very specific, and if you don't have a decent counter, you would have to rank up 4-star champions, which you would never, ever want to do otherwise. So that is my second point, why these 4-star challenges should never come back to Marvel Construct champions, why everybody hates them, because everybody hates to use their precious resources on already criminally outdated rarity level of champions for people that are Cavalier and Thronebreaker, which is what this content is meant for. Right, and my third point actually directly stems out of this catalyst issue, because 4 stars still require the same catalysts 5 and 6 stars do. Vast majority of the player base who is able to do Cavalier difficulty has long since moved away from ranking 4-star champions, period, for the reason that I mentioned before. So what does that mean? That means that for people who have been playing this game for considerable amount of time, back when 4 stars were still valuable, and have moved on to 5 and 6-star champions, right now, only at large how outdated 4 stars ranked up, because nobody wants to rank up 4 stars. You did at some point, and you ranked up the champions that you had available. We can see that I have Daredevil, X-23, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Cyclops, so on and so forth. All of these old champions, which were quote-unquote best options or meta champions back in a day when people actually played 4 stars. When it comes to ranking up fresh and new champions, I personally probably rank up 1 or 2 of them a year just for funsies or some video. I think in 2020 at large, I only ranked up Cosmic Ghost Rider as the only 4-star champion, just because I wanted to make some videos, and that was the only rarity I had him at. And I think that is it from 2020 champions. No other champion has been ranked. Similarly, from 2019, I probably ranked there 1 or 2 champions, and then in 2018. So basically what I'm saying is that for many players who are able to do Cavalier difficulty, 4-star roster is criminally outdated compared to their 5 and 6-star roster. And if the difficulty level is what they were at the very least, they should also include 5-star rank 3 champions, because that's more or less a standard rank you kind of take most of your 5 stars, because that does not require tier 2 alpha. And at the very least, if they are adamant of this type of challenge, you would be able to use quote-unquote newer champions. Like, instead of going in with Captain Marvel and OG Captain America, you could bring in your Storm Pyramid X's, Mojos, and whoever, because these are the 5 stars that are coming out, relatively recently, and you haven't ranked all the way up for whatever reasons. Either you don't like them as much or just don't have the catalyst yet. But then you would at least make this challenge feel more fresh and interesting, because you would get to play with more fresh and interesting champions. So I think the bare minimum they could do is have 4 stars and rank 3 5 stars as that cap. because that would at least let you use fresh champions and would sort out a lot of problems. Another way they could solve this, but obviously they haven't, is just include a lot of 4-star rank up gems in even Cavalier difficulty quest or monthly side quests or whatever. Include 4-star rank 4 to 5 rank up gems, which are not kind of like to die for rewards, but it would still serve the purpose of refreshing the 4-star roster and actually allowing people to rank up new 4-stars without hindering their progression of their 5 and 6-star champions, which you currently do. And make no mistake, if you take a 4-star to rank 5, you are slowing down the speed you can rank up your 5 and 6-star champions. It's just as simple as that. And ultimately, in grand scheme of things, it makes absolutely no sense to do. The only possible motivation currently to rank up 4-stars is this challenge that comes back every other or every 3 months, which is a very pitiful excuse for wasting catalysts for most part. And yeah, that would be a simple fix. Either let us rank up 4-star champions with 4-star rank up gems that you give us more generously for content completed, or allow us to use 5-star rank 3s in this said challenge as well, or just get rid of this challenge altogether like I suggested earlier. And the last point is not going to be about the difficulty level, because actually the difficulty level I don't have particular issue with. For me, as you guys saw from my personal milestones, I did a stream yesterday, and I did the first 4 quests. I ran out of time because it does take quite a lot of time. I spent about, I think, hour and 50 minutes doing these first 4 quests. Yes, I could have boosted, which I didn't, and maybe I could have used like Suicide Mastery setup, which I didn't, and increased the time, but it took me an hour and 40 something minutes on stream to do the first 4 quests, and I didn't end up using any items thus far. Now maybe I'll need some in order to finish the last 2, which I'm going to do later today. So difficulty level itself isn't the problem, because it wasn't that bad. You could work around it even with 440 champions. Like, again, just because I don't want to rank up 4-star champions, I had to slog through some of the fights with like 440 Hulkbuster and Warlock and 440 something else. But the problem also is time, because Cavalier difficulty already has a horrible reputation among the players. There is a very large subgroup of players who don't explore it as is, who just run the completion run or whatever, because the rewards are nothing like Uncollected was when it came out. The rewards are kind of take it or leave it. They're nice, but no one's account is going to immediately suffer if you go without. They definitely don't wow you away like Uncollected did when it got first released. That's another issue entirely, and another video entirely probably, but not for today. But the biggest problem is time, because part of rewards seeming lackluster, it's also how much time you have to spend to earn them. And Cavalier difficulty is not a quick affair already for most part. Now they have improved in past 2 months before this event quest, when they had finally tuned up the nodes to a level where if you use the appropriate counters, you could get through it relatively quickly. But when you force people to bring in 4-star champions, you're adding like 2 hours on top of whatever people would normally use automatically. So you have a game mode that a lot of people are on the fence, that a lot of people don't really want to do it, or if they do it, they kind of drag it out and don't do it with joy, because it's chore-like, it's bothersome, because it feels long and maybe not worth the rewards. So you have a game mode that's already inherently struggling a lot, and you add in 2 extra hours that people have to spend in it for this one specific challenge. It just pushes more people away than draws in, I feel. Like, if you were somebody who typically does the completion run, then you're probably gonna do the completion run with the 4 stars, or do the completion run and maybe run through this event quest once. But then you're definitely gonna have much less willpower to come back to this event, which you will already have spent like 3+ hours in, and it will have been nowhere near to explored. It just makes it feel even longer. It makes it drag even more. And when that goes in direct opposite to what this whole node tuning and tweaking was in the first place. Let alone put aside the fact that you didn't want to increase the rewards, you wanted to rework the time, and you reduced the time with every other month reworking these nodes, and you got to okayish place. And then you bring in this challenge and add 2 hours back at it. It's just stupid. I don't find a better term for it. It's stupid, and it's contradicting your goal. You're shooting yourself as a company in foot. If your job is to try and have more people interested in this game mode that has at large been underwhelmingly received by community, and you make it feel longer, you make it drag longer, and you make us spend even longer to explore it. It's contradicting the general purpose. So these are my 4 main arguments why I think it would be best for everyone if this challenge never ever comes back to the game in its current way, shape, and form. Let me know what you guys think, but that will be me done for today. If you enjoyed today's video, definitely hit that sub button and all the other buttons. And I hope you have a wonderful day. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about